Hey, now you're gonna hear things that are incredible in the news. We have the new changes in the calculation of ground operation for airplane are going to be. There are new economics in the logbook. Now they're live, they were coming soon for a long time. And something very curious also where the user profile is. There is new things in the logbook, new section, and we are working on all the coming soon section. Plus, we answered the AMA. So be here, be square. See you soon in SimFly News. Hello everybody and welcome back to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodieci, I'm SimFly spokesperson and now also community manager, which doesn't mean that I do tech support or other things, but I will be the one that try to lead the community. Let's see what we can do all together. Now, news from SimFly. We are working on the calculation of the ground operation. Like we spoke the other week, we said that we are a good place. We are not touching at the moment experience point and PAX. Everything remained the way it was. The new formula for the ground operation is already ready actually, but we cannot put it in production because we are working on something else and we're going to do one single deploy. If we deploy one thing now, we risk to break everything. So things are ready, but we're gonna be deployed together with something else, and we are going to give you the details of all these things when we are going to do the release. We have some cool stuff being deployed in the logbook. Well, first of all, you can see on the top left that where the user is indicated, there is now something different. There is the status if the user is connected with the SIM and the client. You will see if the user is parked, is flying, etc., etc. If you click on it, you are directed directly to the map with the airplane of the user flying and where they are located. We are going to make some more changes, a little bit of aesthetic and organization. We're gonna move the preferred tab and the location together with the views of the profile, and then we're gonna put for the current flight, if there is a current flight, which is the starting airport, the departure airport, and the arrival airport. Lower, you can see that there is as well something about the economics. The cake-shaped graph is now working and is going to show exactly how the income of this particular user is being split between his licenses, his airplanes, and his airport. So out of the cake graph, you're gonna see out of 100%, which are the percentage of each kind of assets. And below, you can see the three different assets, each one specifying which is the percentage out of the total and which between the many assets that the user have is the one that created the more revenue, the more amount of PAX. On the left you can see that there is the total PAX. This is not what the user has in his wallet now, but this is the total amount of PAX that's being earned by the user historically. Same thing for the asset. What you see is now the PAX that asset was made yesterday, whatever, but this is from the beginning of the history for that kind of assets, how much PAX those kind of assets are generated. And so you can see if a user is more prone to earn by flying airplane, earn by like managing his rental of airplanes and or the airport. We have to say something that we have released the earning through pilot license a long time ago, so obviously everybody is going to be in majority earning by license now because earning by airplane is being released recently and airport even more recently. And now that you have reached this point in the video, there is something I want you to do. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends, okay? You can also find us in other social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and also in X, which used to be Twitter. Follow us in all the social media, because doing this we grow the community, and with a stronger community you will be able to enjoy a better SimFly experience. Subscribe to the channel, like the video at least, and share it with your friend, okay? Now, where I was? Oh yes! And I take the opportunity to congratulate with the username Shill. Shill, you have been the first person to do an airport upgrade, so you have been the first that managed to upgrade an airport from level 1 to level 2, so congratulations, and thanks also to you. We managed to find a small bug that was in the upgrade and now everything has been fixed. We are also completing all the coming soon section around the website. As you know, that's something we said, because we proceed a blog, something important, and then we do the details. So there are a few coming soon section, for example, the most visited airports that you have on an airplane detail page, most used airplanes that you're gonna have in a license detail page, and the most operational airplane that you have in an airport page details. So all these are in the set detail page, are at the moment coming soon. We are working to then extract the statistical data and show them there for you. We are also working very hard in order to deliver the airplane rental mission. There are a lot of small details that we are completing in order to make that a reality. Also, follow up to some feedback we had from the community. There was a mistake, like a bug I would say, in the fuel calculation in the section of the flight analysis. So since that when landing the amount of fuel was not the real one, was calculated wrongly. So we fixed that, so now you can try and go and check. It should give you the right amount when you land, check on the fuel calculated. And we are actually working to solve the problem that some people have when they have an airplane that have no lights and the rules ask to give a penalty for not turning off or on the lights that there are not. So be patient, we are working to fix these things. Hopefully we're gonna release soon a fix. As you see, we are bringing the correctness, perfection as we go ahead. SimFly is something new, and we are getting perfect as time goes, so be patient.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Before we start with the Ask Me Anything section, there are a couple of cool news. First, I have become a grandpa. I am a grandpa, can you believe it? Look at this cuteness, this is my grandson. So, yay, thank you for all your congratulations that you are saying in front of the YouTube video now. And on a more serious things and on topic things, we have published the first 4 tutorials, so go check the YouTube channel. Besides this beautiful video that we release you weekly, now we are releasing tutorials. How do you do something? And when there is a user that comes in Discord, is chatting, asking, I don't know how to go to see if there is a tutorial, and pass them the links, okay? And now let's go to the Ask Me Anything section. Question number 1 has been asked by Explain Español the 2nd of February 2025 and has 7 votes. Is actually a long question. It says, hi, I'm writing to complain and give my opinion on your plans to base PAX on the distance of the airport to show in the last video. Usually, many of us who have been fans for a long time tend to fly GA flights at nearby airports looking at the landscape, practicing intercepting radials with the VOR, practicing holding, flying via air through different towns between nearby airports, and enjoying the flight, normally using the AP in a few phases of the flight. If you activate the generation of less PAX just for the mere fact of flying to nearby airport, we will be penalized, when it should be just the opposite. We should be rewarded for enjoying a flight with 100% of the flight on the screen. Instead, you want to reward people who fly from point A to point B. The farther away the better. The pilot is always away from home, because I don't know anyone who spends more than 2 hours on a flight 100% on the computer, which I consider a mistake. There should be a balance between those who do long flights and those who do short flights. So also, many of us do training flights where we leave an airport and return to the same airport, as is done in real life when you get the PPLA. With this measure, we will be penalized unfairly. There are ways to control cheaters, such as not allowing a flight with a plane that lasts longer than the range of the aircraft, and other techniques to detect those who cheat. Think carefully, because it may make you lose many users who are fans of simulated flight, and doing this type of things will encourage only people who are doing long flights where they are at work or going to the supermarket. Best regard. First of all, let me clarify this thing. There has been a misunderstanding when I spoke last week. So the PAX emission is not going to change. We don't touch that. It stays as it was before. Okay. What we were talking about are the experience points, because the experience points are what we were thinking to base the experience point emission on a linear distance. Okay. PAX they stay the way they are now. So what is the things is that probably not. We probably are not going to touch even the experience point and leave them in a timed manner, because we are changing the formula for the maintenance time of the airplane once you land. So in that case, it should balance out, but we're still analyzing the thing. So nothing is yet written in stone. There is something that we are going to do anyway, because more we are good to do a flight analysis that allow us to understand if somebody's flying with a cheating intention or somebody's flying properly, better is going to be for everybody. So we're working in that direction as well. But don't worry, PAX emission is not changing. Is as it is today, is gonna remain. Experience point emission may be going through a difference, maybe not. If it's not, then is the ground time changing. So we're gonna get to that with a good explanation in the next weeks, as soon as we have a more clear idea on that. For now, nothing has changed. Everything remains as it was before. So don't worry. For the moment, at least, don't worry. But thank you for the feedback. I understand that this is something important. Question number 2 has been asked by Loris RZZ, 26th of January 2025, has 5 votes. This question very short, is addressed to myself. Actually, says, "Hi Roberto, is it possible to see the SimFly air traffic live in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Oh my god, I didn't even know that was a possibility, and well, we're gonna work very hard to get this happen. We're gonna investigate if you have information on the modality, or if anybody has, so we become like Ivao Vatsim, that people can see them in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Please let us know, but we're gonna investigate this thing. Amazing idea, and thank you for the suggestion, Loris RZZ. Question number 3, which is being asked by Davis80, the 1st of February 2025. He has 4 votes, and Davis asked, "You said that you plan to implement PAX earning based on the distance of the flight, which I think is a good thing. But what if I have to hold and or have to make a go around or even divert? How do you plan to implement it? It will be there some tolerance, because sometime on Vatsim you have so much traffic that the situation can happen quite quickly." Well, Davis, you make a fantastic point. I was even thinking, looking at the Italy map, if you're flying Venice to Milan and then there is fog or whatever reason, and people is diverted to Verona, the distance between Venice and Verona is in fact way shorter than the one, and if we don't keep in consideration the diversion, in fact it will shorter the distance while the flight has been much longer. Well, it is not easy to give an analysis to the point that we can find out those things unless we connect with Simonival and we see the situation on airports where people is landing. I have no idea. What is something that though we can do is to give a small buffer, so to give some extra time in case something like that happen. At the moment, that's the best that can be done. I would say it is a good point that you make. There is not an easy solution. And you see, unfortunately, all this because some people cheat. If the planet was all ethical and behaving properly, this would not be an issue. But unfortunately, some people don't respect the logic of the thing, so they start doing things, and we need to prevent those things from happening. We're going to understand how to address this thing the best way. We're open to hear suggestions from the community. I guess there are, I don't know, things that we could do, but I cannot figure anything out in the moment to make sure that we can respect the amount that is being flown by people that are actually flowing. As much as people that says I go around just touristically landing back in the same airport, when there is a go round is automatically calculated a certain distance, but who knows, right? So let's see how we can solve this problem, maybe with suggestion from the community. We are open to listen it. Thank you for your question, Davis. I'm sorry I cannot give you a better answer. Question number 4. This question has been asked by Hermanito, the 20th of January 2025. He has 3 votes. Hermanito says, any news regarding helicopters? I understand that there are many helipads around the world, but even if it means being able to fly them in already created airports, means that if you don't set up the helipads, we can land helicopters in already existing airports, or failing that, enable the ability to fly the helicopter at least. All the best. Hermanito, the issue is now, can you imagine for us if we can just start putting in the marketplace also all the helipad? That would be so cool. And we expand it, and maybe also SpaceX mission to Mars, we're gonna start also putting landing spaces for sales on Mars. But the problem is that the logic on how an helicopter flight is evaluated is so different from an airplane. Even hot air balloon, a lot of people love hot air balloon because it's all a science on its own. But the evaluation of things that are not airplane, even, can you imagine, we are not even including yet, but we will, army airplanes. Because an army airplanes move very different from a commercial airplanes. So let alone helicopters, super different, and hot air balloons or paragliders or whatever else. So I would suggest that once everything is completed and finished and stable as it is, we make a list of priority. I think the easiest first things to add will be the military jets, the military airplanes, and not get penalized if they do some particular acrobacy. Then like those Red Bull airplanes that do stunts, for example, I don't know. But slowly, I think it's our intention to have also helicopters, but it takes all a chunk of commitment and work. And honestly, there is much less market in helicopter compared to airplanes to justify the effort now. But yes, we want to do it, so have faith that we're going to do it. And with this, we were at the end. There is all our 4 AMAS questions. Thank you for watching the video until now. You know what I say? You need to follow us in all the social media. I saw that many people come into the Telegram channel already. In Telegram, we have beautiful discussions, nice ideas, and there is a talk about virtual airline, SimFly virtual airline, how things are going. Join Telegram if you want. Soon we're gonna have a forum, but follow us everywhere, and most importantly, share, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, share the video with your friends, and this is my request to you, community, as a mission. When you are around in other forum with Simmer, mention SimFly casually. Ask, but how do you find SimFly to be? Well, people gonna be, what is SimFly? They can search, they come here, they register, and we all gonna have a better, larger community of people, and more user we have, better it is for everybody. Mostly soon when the user marketplace is going to open, and you're gonna have a lot of fresh user. They may want to buy your PAX or a license of second, third level. So you know that we are going to be celebrating that day, because we finally gonna get to the point that we wanted with SimFly. So thank you again for watching. Do this, spread the word, bring here more users, and as I always say, SimFly, take off and get more.